It's hard to get most Southern Californians out of their cars. Freeway traffic continues to grow, and with it grow the problems: smog, high cost, and driver stress. There is relief, however, for those commuters fortunate enough to live along the route of the coaster. The Coast Express Rail, or coaster for short, is operated by San Diego's North County Transit District. There are 8 stations along the scenic 44-mile route: Oceanside, Carlsbad Village, Carlsbad Poinsetta, Encinitas, Solana Beach, Sorrento Valley, Old Town San Diego, and San Diego. The entire trip takes just under an hour. We begin our journey at the Oceanside Transit Center, the coaster's northern origination point. This facility also serves Amtrak and is the south terminus for Metrolink commuter rail out of Los Angeles. This is Amtrak's number 570, the San Diegan, departing Oceanside for San Diego. Amtrak runs up to 12 trains daily on its San Diego corridor, which encompasses cities as far north as San Luis Obispo. Oceanside is only one of 3 connection points between Amtrak and the coaster system. The other 2 are Solana Beach and San Diego. The 570 is taking a siding just up ahead at Escondido Junction. This will allow coaster number 619 to pass by. Upon arriving at the transit center, the 619 will become the 622 for its return trip to San Diego. Within the coaster system, all trains going south are numbered evenly, while all northern movements are odd-numbered. Motive power is supplied by a Morrison-Knudsen 3,000 horsepower diesel locomotive, model number F40PHM2C. There are 5 locomotives in the coaster's roster, each capable of attaining speeds of 90 miles per hour. The engines are not switched to the front of the train when entering the terminal. Instead, the locomotives operate in a push-pull fashion. For our southbound trip, the diesel will be pushing. A duplicate set of controls in the trailing passenger car, along with multiple unit connections, permit the engineer to simply trade places at the end of each run. The coasters began operation in March 1995. The route was designed to help alleviate automobile congestion along Interstate 5 and the Pacific Coast Highway. Passengers make about 4,000 trips on an average day. This figure can almost quadruple when there's a special event, such as San Diego's annual Street Scene Festival. Normally, there are 9 round-trip trains scheduled Monday through Thursday, with 11 on Friday and 4 on Saturday. The next stop will be Carlsbad Village, the first of 2 stations located in Carlsbad. There are 22 passenger coaches on the coaster line, offering comfortable, well-lighted interiors. The cars are 85 feet in length, with capacity for 136 riders. Power for the air conditioning and heating is supplied by the locomotive. The Bombardier-built double-deck cars are equipped with restrooms, drinking fountains, and bicycle racks.
Carlsbad Village, now arriving Carlsbad Village.
Overall, about 80% of the passengers are commuting to work. But surveys show that midday ridership is up due to the increasing number of leisure travelers. The town of Carlsbad, California was named in the 1880s for a popular bohemian spa after a homesteader discovered mineral water in his well. 3 years later, German immigrant Gerhard Schutte built this picturesque hotel to accommodate visitors taking the waters. Schutte then constructed a spacious mansion for himself in 1887. Today, the home is a restaurant of renown. The old Carlsbad Depot was built in 1887 as well. Besides serving the Arizona Eastern Railroad, the station also functioned as a post office, a telegraph office, a Wells Fargo Express office, and a general store. The Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad purchased it in 1905. The depot was the main shipping point for locally grown produce and flowers. In 1907, the railroad shortened the town's name to Carl in an attempt to end the confusion with Carlsbad, New Mexico. The residents, however, were unhappy with the change, and so the former name was restored in 1917. Today, the coaster uses a new station called Carlsbad Village. The building echoes the architecture of the old depot, as well as the structures of the surrounding community. The second stop in Carlsbad is Carlsbad Poinsettia Station, named for the flower that grew in abundance in this area. The caution sign says it all, as Amtrak number 781 highballs through the station. As you can see from the jackets, the weather can get a bit chilly near the Pacific Ocean. At Ensenada Station, coaster number 640 makes a quick stop for a small group of passengers. The weather's not too cold for the surfers at nearby Cardiff Beach. Emerging from the early morning fog is Amtrak San Diego number 573. It's about to cross the bridge spanning San Elijo Lagoon. Moments later, Amtrak number 570 makes its way to San Diego. Next, coaster 619 skims along the sleepy lagoon. Not to be upstaged, a Burlington Northern Santa Fe freight rumbles by. Last but not least, coaster 628 heads into the mist. Here's a view of the San Elijo Lagoon from another perspective. Solana Beach Station is the fourth stop from Oceanside. The striking postmodern architecture of the station here is complemented by a coffee stand shaped like a streamlined Santa Fe E-unit. Speaking of the Santa Fe, Here's a BNSF local freight passing through. At Del Mar, we see Amtrak number 570 as it prepares to cross a bridge to the west of the Del Mar Fairgrounds and racetrack. It's a great day for tennis as Amtrak number 775 from San Diego passes over the Del Mar Bridge. The train will make its first stop at Solana Beach. Here comes coaster number 634. The Del Mar area marks the point where the coaster line meets the Pacific Ocean. Just south of Del Mar, we find Amtrak number 570. While waiting for the next coaster to pass, we find a coaster of another sort gliding by. The calm sea provides smooth sailing for the boaters as the 621 makes its northbound run. Coaster number 628 approaches, headed south. Here's a view of the Pacific Ocean from another perspective. Heading through Sorrento Valley, we spot a BNSF freight on a siding, awaiting our passage. The coaster's right-of-way was owned by the Santa Fe for most of the 20th century, but the railroad wouldn't allow commuter transit on its tracks. After lengthy negotiations with several Southern California counties and commuter railroads, the Santa Fe finally agreed to sell the tracks in 1992. Today, BNSF pays for the right to use these tracks, as does Amtrak. Engineer John Pittaresi is a 25-year veteran of railroading. He began his career on the old Penn Central Railroad before joining Conrail and later Amtrak. John has been running coaster trains since 1995. Now let's take a few moments to enjoy the ride from the engineer's point of view.
That's an ATS alert. Tell us we got a curve coming up.
I think at 12:15 p.m. Robert. Okay, 11:49 a.m. That's my initial JSA.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, in just a moment, our next station stop will be San Diego Old Town Transit Center. If Old Town Transit Center is your destination, make your way to the doors at this time. Be ready to exit the train when the doors do open. San Diego Old Town Transit Center now arriving.
Okay, 6521 Granite Easy on the siding. That's between CP Crosby and CP Del Mar. We'll say 12:45 p.m. Over.
The Old Town Transit Center, located on Taylor Street, is bordered by the historic Old Town District of San Diego. Trolley connections can be made here for the greater San Diego area. The northbound Amtrak number 775 awaits the passage of train number 570. As the 634 pulls out of Old Town, let's resume our cab ride into San Diego.
will be San Diego. Last and final destination stop, San Diego.
The final morning, coaster number 634 arrives at San Diego's historic Santa Fe Depot at 11:58 a.m. Service does not resume for the afternoon commute until 2:15 p.m. After all the passengers have left the train, number 634 will proceed to the San Diego Metropolitan Transit System yards. The MTS yards are only a holding point for the coasters during the afternoon break. The coaster system's maintenance facility is located up north in Oceanside. This is how the MTS yards look on a typical weekday afternoon. The facility also serves the San Diego trolley system. Notice the catenary wire overhead that supplies electricity to the trolleys. We'll rejoin the coasters in time for the afternoon commute. The Santa Fe Depot in downtown San Diego stands as a stately reminder of the glory days of railroading. The Spanish Revival building was finished in 1915, serving as a gateway for visitors to the Panama, California Exposition. The structure replaced an earlier Victorian edifice that was built shortly after the Santa Fe started train service to San Diego in 1883. Unfortunately, after years of steady decline, the grandeur faded. It wasn't until 1982 that a restoration project between Santa Fe Industries and the city of San Diego brought the structure back to its original splendor. Today, the station is a focal point for travelers, with Amtrak, the coaster, and the San Diego trolley all utilizing the facility. And although they don't stop, you can still hear Burlington Northern Santa Fe freights rattled by this splendid building from a bygone era. Having finished its short siesta, coaster number 633 arrives at the Santa Fe Depot to start the afternoon runs. After the commuters climb aboard the coaster, the return trip northbound will begin.
all clear. CP4, window, 21 past it up.
As we pull out of Sorrento Valley Station, let's take a ride in the cab of the 3,000 horsepower diesel locomotive.
Yellow, 625, over.
Coast 621, I got approach the road, 46-1, hit the side of Delmar, probably waiting for 28.
Okay, gonna approach the Virgin, gonna go on the siding, CP Delmar, 621, pass it up.
The dispatcher has advised us that we must take the siding at Del Mar in order to let number 628 pass. Dispatching for all the trains along the Los Angeles-San Diego corridor is handled out of a centralized location in Glendale, California.
That's 27, go 7. That's link, San Diego 7. Had some engine problems, he's just out of bar, over. Yeah, we got it.
We hope you've enjoyed your trip today on San Diego's coaster system. Please plan to ride again soon. Watch for more exciting programs from Pentrex.